So I moved to Chicago. I started working at Encyclopedia Britannica in the educational film department. I was assistant director to the director of that division, and I did that for a few years. And then I became associate director of the Illinois chapter of the Arthritis Foundation, a public health agency, the Illinois chapter, and became assistant director, and then for a while director. Well, they were sort of interim between people. And in 1975, I was kind of restless, and that was about when I was going to move back to Minneapolis, and thinking, well, this is good. And I lived, I had an apartment near my brother, and life was just going on. But I kind of was missing friends at home and relatives, and I had lots of aunts and uncles. My grandmother was one of 9. My grandfather was one of 8 on my mother's side. And there were about 5 or 6 on my father's side, and everybody but one stayed in Minneapolis. So my Uncle Gene happened to be visiting in Chicago, and we were walking through Marshall Field's silver department. I just happened to remember that. And I heard a voice, Lucy. And I turned around. It was my cousin Ellen and her husband. No plan to meet her. Didn't think I was going to see her that weekend. And she came running up to me. She was kind of a funny person. She said, I just met your future husband. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Now I was 29, I believe, 28, maybe 28. And I said, wait a minute, Ellen. No, 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 no. You're going to marry this guy. He's great. I just met him at a brunch that his mom gave for our family to meet Roy. And to meet me, because Roy knew them. And you're going to marry him. And then Roy chimed in, and you're going to love his mother. So I started to laugh. I said, okay, I'll meet him, but let's slow this down. He's going to call you. And if he doesn't call you this week, call us in New York. She lived in New York. And he's going to call you. Well, he did call. And we went out to dinner that week. And that was that. We ended up getting married about a year and a half later. And I never told Ellen much of what was going on. She kept inquiring, well, what was happening? And I just didn't say anything. And then we called her the night we got engaged. And I said, Ellen, guess what? And she yells in the background, this is midnight, New York time. Roy, drop your toothbrush. This is it. Lucy and her were getting married. So I met him through a fix-up, not my favorite way to meet people. And so we got married in 1977 in Minneapolis at my congregation at Temple Israel, because I wouldn't be married anywhere else. And it was wonderful. People came from all over who were relatives. And of course, most of the relatives were in Minneapolis, but I had friends. And one person who came to my wedding was Patty Schreibman. Patty and I had met in Chicago through a mutual friend early on when I moved there in the early 70s. And we became very good friends. Patty hadn't met Bob yet. Bob Schreibman, Rabbi Emeritus at Temple Jeremiah. But we were close friends. So time went on, and then she met Bob, and then we met Bob and became good friends. And the 4 of us did things together. And we were at Bob and Patty's wedding at Temple Jeremiah.